The debate. Joining me right now is political commentator Dr. Gina Loudon here with her take on what happened last night. Good morning to you.
Good to be with you, David.
First of all, let's talk about that particular confrontation. What was your take on what Romney said about the president and the president's response?
Well, the president is being sort of picked apart this morning because, of course, the word terror was used in that speech, but he actually was saying no terrorist act is going to go unpunished or something along those lines. But then after that, on several shows, he brought back up the fact that the whole reason for Benghazi was this movie, supposedly. And so the argument is just really not holding water that he somehow attributed it to terror. And even so, it was 14 days after the fact. Military families, of course, are standing here watching this whole thing going, we need to know that this man is going to take responsibility for what happens to our people who put themselves in harm's way. And so it's just not holding a lot of water. On the other hand, Mitt Romney can't claim a clear victory here, David. He could have hit it home a lot harder. He could have made the really easy point that, you know, this happened on 9/11. How can you not immediately, how does your mind not go to a terrorist attack? And then number two, him saying, kind of evading the whole issue and saying that he didn't really know that they were needing reinforcements in Benghazi. Commander and what, you have to ask yourself. So Romney really missed a couple of golden opportunities there.
All right, let's go on broader terms here. It was a town hall format. Questions were directly asked of these candidates. I found myself several times, and on both sides of the fence, going, answer the question.
Yes.
They would get the question, but then they would just say whatever they were going to say.
Yeah, it's like a guest on a news show, don't you think, David? Sometimes they just won't answer your question. It's true, they're trained. I noticed Obama saying a lot of times, that's not true. I promise you that in his debate prep, somebody said a lot of times you need to say, that's not true. Yeah, but I think you can sort of look at victories on both sides of this. Obama definitely, if you compared his own performance last night to his performance in the last debate, last night was a clear victory for him. He had a lot more energy. He was more on point. He wasn't stammering as often as he did certainly in the first debate. Romney gets a big victory point for just his consistency, and especially because they're both sort of fighting for this women's vote, psychologically speaking, and that's my background is psychology. Psychologically speaking, that steady, consistency means a lot to that women vote, and you saw that he picked up a great amount of women's vote after the last debate. I think you'll see that trend continue, and there might be some surprises around the corner on that note.
We've got to go, but I wanted to bring that up. Romney making several points in the polls over the last debate. How do you think this week will go as we head into the final poll? Will he continue with that momentum, or are we going to even out here?
Yeah, again, I think you're seeing a real consistent venture toward the finish line with Mitt Romney. You just saw the University of Colorado report came out that's predicted the presidency for years and years. I think he's continuing to do very well, but I also think that there's a chance for Obama to really hit it home when you come in performing as poorly as he did initially, doing okay last night. If he hits it out of the park this next week, I think there'll be some ground to be made for him by then.
All right, Dr. Gina Loudon, thank you very much. And of course, next week is all about foreign policy. So
absolutely.
we look forward to that. All right, still to come on